I understand this is a lot of info for the beginning of this video, but a few things need to be added. As I ended service and selected free roam, another short service was starting, which I completed. Was unknowingly with the 766.2. There was nothing to indicate what service was starting. I was still in the BR114. As you'll hear, I'm confused. Looking at the timetable list of what I've completed, it's shown under the list for the 766.2. I figured leave the short service at the end of this video because of what's shown. It's not game breaking and it doesn't stop you from completing the short move. I will be running this service again on All Hallows Eve, October 2024, with all the safety systems active. My daughter and I ran this service past Wertheim Station as a test. No further issues were present. Because of the updates, patches that were pushed, I wanted to take a quick look at the patch notes because nothing was mentioned in reference to RE504542 empty stock move service or any other empty stock move in Fulda. Sure enough, it was fixed after this video was recorded and edited, but there are a few things that I wanted to highlight. Essentially, this one service has been run 5 times by my daughter and I, twice unable to be completed by me, 2 more times we weren't stopped, as I said earlier. I normally don't do this yapping at the start of my videos. The reason for this is anyone who has attempted this service ran into the red light and saw it was incompletable due to the red light never changes, making it look like a red light bug. This video shows that it was able to be completed in the way that I did it, which most would not have done. You'll see and understand what I mean when I say this. It's good that Dovetail Games did fix this issue because of an error by the devs. There are a couple of items which I haven't noticed in TSW5 until now. These little things that they've added to the game as I got a little enthusiastic about, which I explained in the video. Whether or not anyone has rerun this service since the game was patched on 29/10/2024, I wouldn't know. Players don't advertise every service scenario they run unless it's posted on YouTube, like myself and others. The reason for this video is to show what was and is no longer. This lengthy explanation is to provide a brief backstory and info. While the video is an hour and 15 minutes long, by the time you view this video, the full scenario will have been completed without issue, edited, and linked in the title card in the top right corner. I'm guessing it will be between 1 hour and 10 to 1 hour and 20 minutes in length. This video has been shortened and parts have been sped up for the sake of time because I do show the amount of time I waited for this intermodal train to get moving. I thank you for stopping by and taking the time to watch this video, and have a wonderful day, evening, and God bless. Warning! Warning, Will Robinson. Viewer discretion advised. There are moments of rapid flashing lights that could affect anyone who is sensitive to rapid flashing lights and anyone who is susceptible to seizures due to rapid flashing lights. Now on to the show at hand. Hello and welcome back and welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day and you're enjoying this balmy weather we're having here on the North American East Coast. I just hope everybody's doing okay down in the south end by Florida and Georgia, because they got hit hard with some really nasty weather. Anyway, let's give them our thoughts, and anyone who is in that area, if you're helping out, good for you. God bless, and hope everybody's okay. So I'm going to be doing the same service again, this time with a different train, the 114. To the trains, choose a route, and we find Frankfurt, Fulda, choose a timetable, and we go to Frankfurt, Fulda again, and we find our BR114 DB right at the very top. Look at that. It's like I already used it once already. It's because I did, right? So like that, and then we select Frankfurt, Fulda again. As you can see, I've already completed it. Yeah, a real joy. Anyway, welcome aboard the empty stock move. It's not a service, it's going from location 1 to location 2. So it's just the way my brain thinks. I go completely off the rails, pun intended. Well, the reason why I say all that is it was a really screwed up way of getting it completed. It really was. But one thing I did not notice, obviously, clearly you could see that I've already completed it. But I just noticed this. It's showing here, prepare this service, this unit for service. But it's an empty stock move. So I'm not sure, not too sure about which unit is to be prepared for service. Anyway, moving along here. Actually, there's quite a bit that needs to be corrected here. But before I say anything else, I want to run the scenario again to make sure that I can duplicate what I did in the first video. Because if it does turn out to be yet another timetable scenario that is infected with the red light bug, if that's the case, then so be it. Well, we'll see what happens. But the whole point of me doing this scenario, this service, the first time was because someone posted in the Dovetail Games forums that it's a red light bug and can't be completed because there's another AI controlled, which is so happens to be also a player service, intermodal freight service that's partially pulled into a station. Not sure why, because it's a passenger station and the back end is sticking into the main line, causing the red light bug effect. And because of the way the blocks are set up, if you look at the 2D map, all the different blocks, you can't go any further once you get stopped at the red signal that you'll see as I go along. It's because it's the train is actually taking up, if I'm not mistaken, it's taken up due to its length. It's taking up 2 blocks and partially sticking into a 3rd block, so you can't go further than where you get stopped by the red signal. So there's where you end up with it's a red light bug. So I know there's a lot of yapping I'm doing here, and like a big old coon hound with big floppy ears, just yap yap yap. But this is basically just a little bit of a backstory. So I did. I'm not going to get into the full minutiae of getting this completed. I'm just going to do it again and see what happens. And if my thinking is correct, same thing will happen yet again. When we cross the river, we'll get to that bridge. Yes, something like that. So let's get this started with the BR-114. I did the first time I did it, I did it with the BR-146. Okay, let's get started. So we select I use the Enter key. Okay, here we are with with an empty stock move, the RE Romeo Edward 50, 4542, the empty stock move Fulda to Frankfurt. You can do this run with the, as you can see, even though it's blurred out, with the BR-114 and the BR-146 and the new Red DB 193 Vectron, or 193 DB Vectron. We only used it once, and so still new to that one. But that's the newest Vectron for TSW5. On with the show. As you can see, it starts at 1831. I'm just rounding to the nearest number. I'm not good with fractions. And it shows a move Fulda to Frankfurt. So you're running this empty stock to the siding, and you're going to Frankfurt from Fulda, but at the bottom it shows Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof to Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof, which is something that's always confused me, because obviously, clearly, I'm not from that part of the world. Anyway, let's get started. So, let's no yo-yo effect this time. That's good. So, and to get the platinum, all you have to do is just get a maximum of 100 points. And believe me, you will get well above 100 points to get platinum if you're looking for points. Yeah, okay. Let's get going. It gets done when it gets done. Sure. Yeah, that works. Okay, so I turned that off because it's just too bright. Turn on our headlights and put on our gauge lights. I might just use that desk light because it does get a bit dark on this run. So, and you really can't make those any brighter. You can brighten up or dim down these little indicator lights down here for CIFA and PZB. The one that's lit up right now, it's got the number T. The number T, yes. Yeah, I know my numbers and my letters. You got the number letter T. And it's an indicator when you open doors. So, okay, let's put the brakes on. Okay, my rail driver's all. I was doing other things. Whoa. Why is that thing jumping around? Stop it. Okay, so let's get the force selector up to 100. See, listen to me. It stopped. Good enough. That should be increase. Always been increase. I don't know why it's not now. Maybe when I start driving, I don't know. So we release the brakes. We don't put it in emergency. That's wrong. Okay. Yeah, everything else is pretty much on. I let the. Ooh, look at the flex train. Okay, so yeah, that's applied to hold. That'll hold the train. That's disengage. The auto brake reverser is in neutral. Good. We leave it there. Let's hope it stays there because the rail driver needs a little bit of work. It's I'll have links down below for a program that I'm using to help stabilize everything by a modder called Cobra One, and I'm using rail driver mods for all the German trains. So let me put on my headlight with the letter L on the keyboard. Question. Before I go any further, real quick, why is this a timetable? You're only moving from point A to B. It's not like you're doing a stopping service where you're going from station to station. Again, you're going from point A, a station, as you can see here, to point B, a yard, a siding. It's a timetable. Why? Hey. Train. Wow, busy here tonight. Okay, so there's a switch. There's one on each end. It's supposed to turn on the light in this little hallway. But this light here, it looks like is this like a light that you strap on your head, like you buy it from like a hardware store, you know, so you can see in the dark. That's what it looks like. It looks like a Cyclops eye. Anyway, so let's turn on PZB and CIFA back here. That's 0. That's good. Brakes R. PZB on. FIFA on. Everything else is already turned on for you. Your pantograph is set. Your battery is on. There's really not much else to do back here. So we're done here. And you can do it. I'm doing it this way to show where it is for those who may not know. You can do this with keyboard bindings. Just real quick, go to options, because it's different from in 5 from others. Go to settings, controls, and everything is here. Just look everything up. That's going to be way too much for this video, and it would make the video even longer than it already is. And believe me, a lot's going to be cut down and sped up. All right, so I'm pretty much all set up and ready to rock and roll. This is a brain fart with the reverse into forward. Ooh, got my headlights on. This is an empty stock move. Ooh, look. All the cars are the same, but you know those ugly Christmas sweater challenges that some people do in many parts of the world that celebrate Christmas? It looks like they're wearing they're doing the ugly Christmas sweater challenge because they're glittering and like they got lights all over it, and they lit up, their battery-powered Christmas lights on Christmas sweater. That's what it looked like. Look at that. Anyway, okay. Yeah, but that never changes. I mean, just, I doubt that will ever change, but, okay, so, let's get her moving. Let's see, we set our speed to 40, because the initial speed limit here is 40, not 60, as it shows on the left, and then we release the direct brake. Released, yes, we're moving along. And we're moving. And, welcome aboard this journey. Hope you enjoyed the journey. It's gonna be a doozy, that's for sure. And that's an understatement. I actually do prefer the spoken sifa over this tone, and depending on which locomotive you are driving, or train. Because right now we're driving the power car. Your back end is a cab car. So, but anyway, whichever one you're driving, you either get that really high-pitched tone. Some of them are pretty annoying to the ears. At least for me, anyway. This one's not too bad, but I still prefer the spoken sifa. It's much more pleasing to the ear. I acknowledge all the magnets, whether I have to or not. You never know. Okay, I'll bring it up to. I was holding off on the speed increase here because last night around this, about this point in the service, I was getting red signals, and I needed to slow down. So going down to 150. So I'll bring this down to 150 now. This is like AFB, which is kind of nice. But you get the throttle and AFB in one. Bring it down to 130. Actually, I'm going to bring it down to 120. And it looks like it's the same thing in here. If you're using, like I said, it's like a combination AFB throttle. You apply enough brake, it cancels it out. So that looked like a magnet. So you have to. It wasn't accelerating again after I applied the brake. So. Oh, how am I going over? Am I going over the speed limit when I'm set to 110? Give it at 100. How about that? Is it because of the downwards gradient? That might be for the stopping service, 500 hertz magnet. But I acknowledge anyway, so. Yeah, so it looks like same thing happens here. You apply the brakes and it cancels out the throttle, AFB. Because that's the way I look at it. It's AFB and the throttle in one. Because once you set it, it should keep the. I understand this correctly. It's been a long time since. Because there's another train locomotive that has the same type of setup, and it's not. The 114 is new for TSW5. So. But I don't know if it is supposed to act as the AFB, where AFB will actually help control your speed as needed. So it looks like this one does not do that. There is no I don't think there is a like AFB cruise control type thing set up in here. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. No. Why is that picking up the handbrake? It should be picking up this switch over here. Yeah, this doesn't have a cruise control type option. But if I'm not mistaken, it should keep it at 110 or 120 or whatever you set it to. Unless it's not working. I see, now it's keeping to the 150 speed selector setting. Yeah, 150. It's holding to that 150. So unless it's maybe a downwards gradient that's causing that to happen. Oh. That's SIFA. Okay, this time it didn't. Why didn't it just accept my acknowledgement and... Hmm. Come on. That's a pain. On the VR146, if you don't acknowledge CFAP, that thing is a third, 3 seconds or 4 seconds. It'll kick in the brakes, but as soon as you acknowledge it, you bring the brakes down to the throttle to 0 or off, count to 3, literally, and give it throttle again, and you keep going. You don't end up having to stop. Okay, I'm getting wheel slip. You can hear that. And you could see it in the gauge bouncing. Okay, we're coming up to a red signal here. Yep, that's the 1000 hertz magnet. This just might be that red light bug type of effect that's has been reported. Let's see if it's at the same signal indication. Yeah, I know, restricted to 85. Well, we're coming to a stop here. Yep, same signal. Okay. I want to move up just a little bit more to get a closer look at that signal. Okay. Yep, same one, 773. So here we are, stopped at signal 773, and we are roughly a half an hour into the journey, 30 minutes into the journey. So I'm going to pull up the 2D map and take a look, see what's going on. So the train I'm in, 4542. Okay. And there's a train that's sticking into the main line. It's not even big enough to fit into this platform. I don't even think it's supposed to stop here. But this is KT 5301. And it's a two-parter, so this is part 2. I'm gonna go to Google Glass to get this put into text form, and then we go to Google Translate. I have no idea how to pronounce. Okay, so it's the service that goes from to Stuttgart-Hafen. And goes to Maschen, RBF. Not sure what RBF stands for, abbreviated. But it goes to Maschen, right? Yeah. Maschen. So that is going to, and if I'm not mistaken, it's 193, BR 193, local train, locomotive. So it's going to Maschen RBF to Stuttgart-Hafen. And it's a two-parter. So, that's sticking into, that's actually in 2 blocks, it looks like. No, 3. One, there's a red signal here, 601, and a red signal, come on, 671. So this train, this intermodal train is in 1, 2, it's in actually 3 blocks. What it looks like, because there's no other red signal other than the one that I'm sitting at, which is signal 773. So, and there's another train, FLX, Berlin, Lechtenberg to Stuttgart. 1819 is the name. FLX 1819 might be the Flix train. And there's another one behind that that's waiting. It's an ICE 693 Berlin to Munich. No. Can't be Munchen. I thought so. I had a feeling, but I didn't want to say it. It sounds like Munchkin. But yeah, it's Munchen to Berlin Hauptbahnhof to Munchen Hauptbahnhof. So there's we're stacking up here, and wrong keyboard press. Still sitting at a red signal, yes. And so there's 3 trains, me, 2 behind me, and this one here which is bound for Stuttgart-Hafen. So, as I said, you saw it when I started this service. I did complete it. But it took almost 50 minutes before this train actually ended up moving. So, like a numbnut that I am, and you're welcome to say you're crazy, because you know what, I gotta be crazy to sit here for 50 minutes. Yep, I'm gonna do it. 50 minutes, I'm gonna sit here, and if that's what it takes to either prove or disprove that this is repeatable or not. There's only one way to do it, and that's to actually Too bad there isn't a Dunkin' Donuts to go to and go get a cup of coffee. Or any coffee shop. I mean, there's a building down there, but I doubt that there's a coffee shop that you can go and say, hey, can I get a cup of coffee to go? Or better yet, give me a half dozen cups of coffee to go. Yeah, so here we are. Dum 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 dum. You know, like one of those game show clocks. So let's see, my brakes. Direct brake's on. Train brake is fully applied. Let's put the reverser into neutral. Okay, this way the train doesn't roll. Because I'm going to go for a walkabout. And, yeah, leave the door open. Ooh, look, this time there's a 185 here, right? 185? Yeah, 185, okay. Last time it was a BR 193 Vectron. So, yeah, so this is, yeah, this is actually a player service, so, yeah, if you want to take it over. But anyway, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And with the Vectron, I actually tried to manipulate the train without sitting into it, because you sit in, you take over, and you give up your other service. So I was trying to get the train to move forward, you know, forward. I couldn't get it to move because I wasn't sitting in a chair. But anyway, I'm just here looking to see what's what, how is this train set up here, and if there's any way for me to get this thing moving, because it only has to move up just enough to clear the main line. So ironically, it's all set up to go too, so for the most part. Let's take a look and see what else is around here. Yep, that's the 185. It's the back of the train. And right now I'm just a little bit confused as to what's going on. Yeah, I had to do some added commentary here because I did a bonehead move. I turned off my microphone. Oh, what's this? Oh, look, this is something new. Yeah, just stick your nose in the phone.
Bitte achten Sie auf den Abstand bis zur Grundbahnsteigkante.
Huh. Look at that. Look at that. This is... I am truly gobsmacked. Look at this. Released September 26, 2023. Train Sim World 4. New DLC available. This is amazing. Of all the characters in Train Sim World that had a phone and they're sitting there, look like they're scrolling through their phone, it was always just a blank gray screen. This one actually has Train Sim World 4. Dovetail Games TSW, feel the power of the simulation in your hands. Experience immense velocity and express unrivaled creativity with Train Sim World 4. Expand your rail hobby and discover the raw emotion of driving a diverse array of iconic routes and trains from training center to mountain pass. This is your journey. Yay! See, mostly positive 74% of 1,157 all time, and recent very positive 76 of 191. You gotta be kidding me. This is amazing. I mean, look, everything about this is Steam. It just doesn't have the name Steam on it. And the search bar up top is just plain old Train Sim. And it just so happens Train Sim World comes up, and I know how I sound right now, but it's like, okay, these are the little things that makes Train Sim World really something to like. Because I mean, you know what would be even better? What would make this even better? If this actually scrolled every time this character moved its thumb. Funky looking thumb. Did that just buzz? I thought I heard a buzz, like a phone buzzing. Bzz, bzz. Here it goes again. Okay, it might have been something else. I mean, honestly, some of the clothing that they've designed in this game is really not bad. That's a pretty nice shirt. If it wasn't made for women, it looks like it's made for women. But that's a nice shirt. That's a nice little jacket. Shirt, jacket. It really is. The design is nice. But it looks like they're the only guy. Oh, look at his head. The hair, he's going bald in the very back of his head. If you go too far away. Wearing a trench coat, tie, and he's focused on that phone. But there's the only one here. It's the little things like that that make a game. And it's not just Train Sim World, it's all games. When they do the little things like that you don't expect. And I mean, they need to get rid of all these stupid invisible walls, which are basically collision blockers. Now, if I'm not mistaken, because yesterday there was trains stopped in all directions. All directions. Yeah. There's only two directions. Hey, soupy brain. Okay, here's a train coming now. Where am I? Let's see. Is it gonna make it? Let me go back to the platform here. Oh, look. Oh boy. I'm here. I got nothing else to do until either this train moves or I just give up. Look, here it comes. RB 15528. Let's see if it stops or goes straight through. Because when I did the same service yesterday, this was this line going. Yeah, I'm going. Well, right now I'm facing west. So I was going east. Here it comes. Is that an ice train? No.
Vorsicht an den Türen und bei der Abfahrt des Zuges.
So, let's see if it stops and stays here, because yesterday there was all traffic in both directions had stopped. It looks like it's gonna stop. Yeah. It's moving too slow. Okay. So that stopped here and it's got a green light. So that might continue on. There's another one behind it. I think this one might end, yeah, this one will end up going. And if things are repeatable here, the next train after this will stop. Because this is when I took off and went back to my train and just sat there. And I waited, I think, maybe another 5, maybe somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. And I was going to say, yep, it's a red light bug affected service. And it's not moving. And I even said, okay, that's it. This ain't moving nowhere. And I actually paused the recording, and what's this guy doing on a laptop? Yeah, same laptop that's all over the place. Why is it echoing here? You got pink fingernail polish. Okay. TSW4, TSW1/2020, and TSW2. No TSW3 or 5 on the laptop. Okay. All right. What's wrong on that one? Okay. Let's see if it stops at this one. Okay, I think that's the one that stops there. This one stopped. Yep. This is where everything stops. For no reason whatsoever. Because there's nothing. It's another one. Which one is that? Oh, that looks like the ice one. Okay. It's another ice one coming through. That's going to stop at this red signal here. By this time I was back at my train, sitting in a cab, and literally seconds away from saying, okay, that's it, I'm done. Everything is just backlogged. It's not gonna work. Nothing's gonna move. So that's at that light. This train is at that red light. Another one behind me. Another one here waiting. And there's nothing before it. And from this train here, RB51, 15528, Frankfurt to Westerbach, I believe. I'm sure I did not pronounce that correctly. But that one there, there's nothing else in front of it. It's nothing but red signals. And there's nothing here. There's one train here. It looks like it is a player train, 15529, going to Frankfurt from Westerbach. One RB51, 15529. But that's not stopping any of the trains coming up the center track here. That I was about to say, okay, we're done. Nothing's gonna move. And this thing just started going. Okay, so we're at 1944 in-game clock. This is exactly what happened yesterday. And another train going eastbound that's going to end up stopping and sitting there and waiting. Everything is backed up. This should not be happening. All the trains going eastbound direction. There he is. Right, roughly eastbound direction. All the trains going in that direction. You know, which ice one is this? It's a 411. Okay, that's the new iced tea. There he is. So that means this train is going to take off. I don't know what time this is supposed to start. Maybe this is where it starts. I don't know. This is supposed to start at 1946. So this is where it's supposed to start? You know, I didn't even think about looking at the time that this thing starts yesterday. So according to what's on this title card here, 1946. That's when it's supposed to start. It's already past 1946. There it goes. 1948. Okay, I'm gonna go skedaddle back to my train. Hightail it. There's the other train waiting to go. Hey, there's the building and there's my train. Now, take a quick look at the 2D map. Now, all these trains should start moving. I don't know if they're going to start after I take off. I got a green light. So, ooh. Now, here's the other thing. Let's see if this is repeatable. Why? I don't know why that is on. I turned it off. You saw me turn it off when I started the service. So let's put the reverser into forward. CFA is still on. PZB is still on. Speed limit's well, it's going to go down to 130, so I'll bring it. Okay. So I cleared the PZB magnet. Now, are the other trains moving? Not yet. They will, though. They'll start. Traffic in the other direction is starting to move. Right? Nope. See? No CFA audible warning. Same thing happened yesterday. And I kept having to reset everything. No audible CFA warning. And you saw me acknowledge the PZB magnet. No audible from PZB or CFA. Because I left the train for X amount of time, or just because I got out of the train. Which is a bit annoying. But what I do want to see is that these trains are still not moving in the opposite direction. But yesterday they did start moving. So here's what I had to do. I'm stuck. Reset simulation physics. Okay. I have only had to do this since this was implemented, I think twice. Most times, and it actually worked. Most times this does not work. In my own honest, humble opinion, it has worked for me Let's see if it works this time. It worked last night. Yeah, okay. So, let's see if the trains in the opposite direction are moving yet. Nope, not yet. Okay. Put the dashboard lights on. Put that light on. Release. Full service. Brake key off. Put the brake. Come on, brake key on. Yeah, it's working with the key mouse. So there we go. PZB is off. So PZB on. SIFA on. Headlights are on. Okay. Otherwise, everything else should be fine. Okay, let's turn this light off. Okay. Let's put the reverser back in. Turn that light off. Reverse to the forward. 100%. There we go. Now let's try PZB. Now you're getting the acknowledgement. It's not the voice acknowledgement, but it's the acknowledgement. So now let's see if you'll get the acknowledgement for SIFA. That train is still waiting for the red signal to change. No. There we go. So there's the SIFA acknowledgement. Okay. That's something else that's never ever happened to me. Yes, I do have a setting in my INI file that stops that automatic pop-up from do you want to relinquish this service to the, the AI, and it's, I don't know what the time frame is. I think it's like maybe 5 minutes. Up to 1:30. But it gets very annoying. And the reason why I did that is because in the beginning, I used to go hunting for all the collectible items. In this case, fix the broken vase and find the Frankfurters and stuff like that. And while doing that, you would get those stupid pop-up, do you want to relinquish the service? Well, there's an INI setting that you could put in which stops that, or delays it actually. But in effect, it stops it. Now I'm wondering if it's my service in this train here that was causing the opposite direction to come to a halt. There's the other one, another intermodal, right? Yes? Or is that all containers? Okay. It looks like everything's moving again. That's the one good thing that I like about the rail driver. Yeah, I'll leave it at 140. So we got another 41 kilometers to travel. We got 41 kilometers to go. Let's see, because yesterday, like I said, yesterday, once that one train decided to finally get moving, everything else started moving. So there's another train coming down here. So it could be that it's waiting. The AI services are waiting for other trains to come down before they'll start moving again. But there you go. I'll look at the recording once I'm finished to see how much time actually elapsed before I was able to continue my journey. Yeah, I need to pick up speed here. So we can go 160. Yep, everything's moving again. So basically everything was waiting. Everything that was going eastbound was waiting for trains to clear out up here. Now they're all moving again. So because I was stopped at a red signal, I held up the line behind me for multiple blocks. Hit the brakes a little bit too hard, and my headphones are dying on me. I'm trying to plug them in so I can hear what's going on. Sorry, I made an ubu. Come on. Come on. That's the one thing with this train. You have to wait for the brakes to equalize and completely release before it'll allow the throttle to send the juice. You know what I mean? To get things moving. So I was trying to plug in the wire to my headphones because they're wireless so they could charge. In the meantime, I wanted to acknowledge a PZB magnet and see if it went off, and I need to slow down from 140. You saw I went over the speed limit just a little bit because I'm reaching my destination here, so might as well bring the speed down. Keep the speed, I'll leave it at 60 because it's going to drop down to 60 and then I think 40, 30, something like that. It's a really old PZB tutorial made by Matt from Dovetail Games with TSW5. And so basically it's just if you're not sure, just acknowledge it. It won't hurt. And because for the longest time I was playing on Xbox. Finally got a decent PC, and a decent working PC, that is. Yeah, there we go, going down to 60. I'm well below the 85-mile-an-hour speed reduction. So, still under the control of that. That's why I brought it down to 50. I'd rather be safe than sorry with another penalty brake. There we go. I think that was a magnet. So bring the speed down to 40. Just bring it down to 20. Oof. Ah. Now I definitely have to stop. Okay, now I'm limited to 45, which is okay because it's going down to 30. Didn't hit the acknowledgement fast enough. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Or clearly I didn't. So the magnets got us restricted to 45. We got to go down to 30. So I bring the speed selected at 20. Why does that keep popping back? Okay, now we're restricted to 85, which fine, but we gotta stop in what, 1.1 kilometer. And I would like to think that I've gotten better with PZB. Slow down to 85, speed limit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is that thing freaking going nuts? Are you kidding me? Yeah, let's put on our little waypoint marker there. Okay, that's gone. Good. I got past the 500 hertz magnet. Yay me! Whoa. Bring that down to 10. There we go. Got past all the PZB magnets. Only made a boo-boo 2 times. But that doesn't excuse the look at this. And there's the stop pad light up markers. They're in reverse. It should be red, orange, and then green. This is green, and then yellow. Oop, a little bit too far. Oop, 4 meters. Okay. E to exit out of here. Return to free roam with no restrictions. And this thing is still going nuts over here. Put the reverser neutral, forward. Okay, let's take it out. Full service on the brakes. That brake is on completely. PZB off, CFA off. Dust clamp off. Headlights off. And instrument lights off. There we go. There is another service that is scheduled to start. Stop at location. Frankfurt main Hauptbahnhof track. Isn't that where I am now? Or is that behind me? Okay, so that's another service that goes to here? Yeah, so this service goes, stop it over here. Brake key off. That could cause problems. Wow, it's dark. How is it so dark in here? You mean tell me the lights from in here don't shine into the glass into here? Wow, talk about a wall. Holy moly. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Um. Okay. Release. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Brake key. Brake key is on. Okay. So we should be all set to go. Forward. Really? There's wheel slip here? Are you kidding me? And this time it didn't rain. Yesterday when I ran this scenario, it rained. Whoa. Everything's released, so what's going on here? Wow. Well, that's brake. Come on. $60? I don't think so. 40 is a max. There we go. Well, I had to give it that much throttle just to get this thing moving? I think I might have done this one already. Yeah, I did this one already. Now look at that. Everything's backwards. The waypoint marker for your stopping waypoint is in the wrong place. You're approaching the green with the blue first. And then you head into the red. Because this is where you're supposed to go. This is your stop point, right here. Okay, free roam. 2318. No, I am not waiting until 2300 hours to do the next service. But there you go. No. Lights off. Yeah, let's get out of here. Hello, open the door. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so the track is elevated here. Look at that. Elevated track. You know what that looks like? That looks like the fast track. That looks like the fast track you buy for your model train sets. That everybody is really starting to hate very much. That's what that looks like. Okay, so... Ooh, thunder, it's gonna rain.